Talk with Mo. Glad you could join me. Like, subscribe, share, comment. Also check out the Lil Mo podcast. Also check out www.cblifestyleapparel.com, www.cblifeeveryday.com, www.cblifewellness.com. On Twitter, on Instagram, check us out. Follow. Just hit me up. So I want to talk about something real quick. I was talking to a guy. He was online selling, I know he was selling like a financial product. He says he's a financial advisor, services or whatever. I was trying to give him really like some advice, I guess. Because I think a lot of people, man, they go into sales and they go in and they try to sell people. And I'm not the master of sales, right? But I think, for the majority, I would say that this is something that from reading and learning that I've seen that just makes sense. Like, my whole point was going back and forth with him was to try to, because I was trying to understand, or helping him to understand as well is like, he's trying to tell me like he's selling, or he's giving this advice just out of the goodness of his heart. And people that are smart, right? People that think for themselves and stuff like that, you already know, like, there's nobody doing nothing for you for free, right? Nobody's gonna, even the people that give out advice online, there's a reason why they give out advice online, right? They give out advice to get followers, they give advice to get subscribers, right? Some people give out so much advice that they become where they get paid to speak, right? And it's all good. There's nothing wrong with that, right? There's nothing wrong with us exchanging something, you getting something out of it and I get something out of it. Not to say that, when somebody's a motivational speaker, right? Like, there's a lot of them coming up nowadays, like a lot of people that do this. Not to say that they don't do it out of their heart for the goodness, but they also do it to make a buck, right? To further their career as well, right? And there's nothing wrong with that, man. I think sales, my point with him was like a sales is a win-win. You win, I win, right? If you're selling a financial product, right? This product is what's best for you. It's going to do well for you. That would be my hope for the product. If I'm selling a product, that's why I got to believe in something to be able to sell it. That's why you should be able to believe in it, because people can hear it in you or feel it from you that you believe in what you're saying or what you're selling. So, if I sell it, then I want it to do good for you and it'll do good for me, right? There's a win-win in sales. And that's something that I've learned from reading and understanding is there's a win-win. I'm selling you a product that you need, that you didn't have, that you need, and I make money off of selling it to you, whatever that product is, right? Right. So that's the I think the main focus of sales. Right, is me selling you a product that you need and then me make a profit. Because if I just I get it. He was trying to go back and forth like, oh, you don't think people could just do stuff out of goodness of their heart? I get all that, man. Like, listen, there's a lot of stuff that people do that they don't get any reward for, right? But for the most part, everything gets kind of reward. Even when you give to charity or you give to some homeless guy on the side of the street, you're doing that for your own self too, right? And there's, like I said, Brian Tracy, I'll never forget this. I live by this. And it doesn't make, he was saying something like, that's a horrible way to live if I think of people like that. I said, listen, I know people are flawed, right? I know we're sinners. I know that we can't be perfect, right? So if I know this in mind when I go and do business with you, or I go and talk to you, or I go and try to befriend you, or whatever it is, I know you're going to let me down eventually. But that's okay, right? Because it's not your fault. It's not your fault if you let me down. It's not your fault if you disappoint me, because I know that you can't. That's the only thing you can do. You should go into it thinking the same way with me, right? And this is my point. That doesn't make me sad or make me angry, right? Because when I look at it, it just makes me to understand it where I won't get disappointed, where I won't be upset with you as bad, right? Because now I understand, like, you're just flawed, right? You're born a sinner. Right? There's nothing you can do about it. And it makes life a lot easier, right? The relationships, whatever it is, it makes life a lot easier because now you can see, man, like, man is always going to let you down. And I tell my son all the time, man will let you down every time. That's why you don't worship any type of person that's in the world with worldly things. You don't worship him. And listen, I'm not I didn't read the whole Bible, right? I go to church, but I'm not like, I'm not gonna sit here and preach to you about something that if we start talking about the Bible and we start talking about, I probably don't know a lot. I know a little bit, but I don't know a lot. But I do understand how it works, right? And I understand this part of it. Especially, like I said, a book I read a long time ago, Psychologist, it says, man, people are, and I always get these wrong, so excuse me, but people are vain, ignorant, selfish, greedy, lazy, and ambitious, right? We all have those 6 characteristics, all 8 billion people in the world, right? I go into every situation with that same thing in mind, that we are all flawed. We have those characteristics, right? So I know, like, when we're exchanging ideas, or when you're selling me something, or I'm trying to sell you something, or and again, another thing is either you being sold or you selling, right? You either being sold or you're the one selling, and that goes with relationships. And I learned this too. I had a lot of good people that were around me that taught me this too. Is that even in a relationship, right? The guy's selling himself to her, she's selling him, herself to him. Somebody's selling somebody to, you know what I mean? Like, you guys are selling each other. Like, here, listen, if you get with me, this, and this can happen, right? And if she buys, right? So that is throughout life, right? It happens all the time. My whole point is, like, like I said, is, he was saying, but I'm like, listen, my life, I live a great life because I understand that concept. Is that I understand that, you're gonna let me down. Like, people that I do business with, or people that's around me, friends and family, they're gonna let me down. But I'm not mad at them, because I know that it's not their fault. It's not intentional, right? We flawed. We sinners. That's what we do, right? It's what we're gonna do until the end, until it's that time. But knowing and understanding that, makes it easier, to understand people. When I see people online, or I see things on Instagram or Twitter, or something happens, it doesn't hit me as hard, because I'm like, damn, what's he gonna do? He's a sinner. Like, he doesn't understand. He's flawed, and I understand that. And then I see people, like, we see, like, just the things that's going on in the news. These celebrities, somebody does this and somebody does that, and cheating on this person, and stole from this person, right? We got people stealing money, getting arrested for PPP loans, cheating on their wives, all these things. I understand, because they're flawed, right? They're sinners. That's why I don't put my faith in those people, or in people, right? I love people. I think people are great. I think the best of people, right? I think people can do great things. I think people can be great people. But at the end of the day, no matter how much greatness, there's going to be flaws. There's going to be sins. There's going to be stuff that they can't control, that is just part of human nature, right? Like I said, people are greedy, right? To a certain extent, everybody's greedy, right? We always want more, right? Ignorant, we don't know everything, right? Selfish, we always want what's best for ourselves, right? Even though what we say what's best for our family, we'll cut somebody out of something to do what's best for us. Ambition, you want to get to the top. People want to be great, man, right? And sometimes that's why they always say crabs in a barrel, stepping on a ladder, right? We're ambitious, bro. Everybody wants to get to the top. Everybody wants more. They want more success. They want to feel like everybody, bro, right? Vain, that's our whole world as far as marketing, right? Vanity, how you look, the car you drive, the jewelry you wear, the watches you wear, right? The hairdos, all that. That's vanity. There's nothing else besides that, right? We could walk around, naked for whatever reason. Not naked, but with clothes on that are just, cloth, right? But vanity, all these things come into play, right? Shoes. So I understand all these things. I think I went through vanity, ignorant, selfish, ambitious, greedy. Oh, lazy. We all lazy, for sure. Right? Nobody wants to, like, bruh. I know in the morning going to work, nobody wants to go to work. Right? If you work late, nobody wants to get up late to go to work. Right? Nobody wants to push a clock. Even people that own businesses, right? They don't want to get up. Why? If they don't have to, that'd be great. That'd be great if they ain't have to get up, right? They could just stay home, do whatever they finna do. That'd be amazing, man. So like, I understand people lazy, bro. You know what I mean? But that's okay. This is my whole point of my whole conversation. Is that's okay. All this is okay. It's just human nature. Right? You driving to work every morning, you'll see all these people around you that's driving in these cars next to you. Nice car, beat up car, police car, whatever. They all just like that. Every single one of them. And when you understand that, then you see people differently. Right? You actually see people in a better light. People like to say, like this guy was saying, it's a whole. I see people in a better light because I know you flawed. It's not, you can't help it. Right? There's no way you could be perfect. Right? God made it that way. Right? That's why if you put your faith in God, then you can't lose. Right? You're not gonna lose because He is perfect. Right? So, and He'll never let you down because He already has the plan. The plan that's in play is the plan that's in play. At the end, it's gonna be what's best for you. Right? But you got to put faith in that and go along with that as well. Because then, so, that's all I wanted to say, man. Hope everybody, man, growing, getting better, investing in themselves, investing in, people, invest in people. Just know they're going to let you down. That's the only thing that my whole point is, right? Keep your faith in in God. And they'll never let you down. But if you keep your faith in man, He's going to let you down. The people you worship, the role models, the idols and all that, they're going to let you down, bro, because they're not perfect. It just is what it is, right? No matter who it is. And I don't care if it's the president of the United States to the bummiest guy on the side of the street, right? They're going to let you down. And they're flawed. So, like I said, get a real talk with Mo. Get for the real talk. No sugarcoating, man. I don't try to, I'm not trying to sell. I'm trying to sell something because I want to change the world, and I want people to understand the world better and to make the world a better place for my son. That's my whole purpose. So that's what I'm selling. So, like I said, somebody's selling, somebody being sold. So, check me out. Real Talk with Mo. CB Lifestyle Apparel is the world chasing millions, count blessings. Get with the program.